Ay, imagine what panyahan ko lang.
Yahawashi, Yahawashi, Kakodash.
Alright, shalom, shalom. Alright, want to give double honors, Pastor Elders of Great Millstone. Shalom to you sincere brothers out there teaching truth through sincerity. With the Hebrew Israelites back out here once again. Alright, to prophesy the downfall of Esau's kingdom. Alright, and to bring remembrance to the children of Israel that consists of so-called blacks, Latinos, and Native Americans. To bring them back to our power, which is Yahweh. Alright. And through his son, Yahawashi. So it's Yahweh, Ba'ashim, Yahawashi. Yahweh means he is. Ba'ashim means in the name. Yahawashi means he saves or he delivers. Alright? Lo one that this Ken session is edifying onto you Akim out there, the true body of Yahawashi Mashiach. And Lo one that this that the upcoming Passover that's coming up tonight. Alright?
You can look up narcissism on Google.
May Yahawashi destroy you. You can go on. Alright? So the Passover is coming up tonight, as many of you brothers know.
Very important.
We gotta stay in the spirit of the Passover.
Patriarchy sucks. Patriarchy sucks, dude.
Yeah, this Edomite is disrupting camp.
Sucks donkey, dude.
Alright?
Because she's going to hell.
Yeah, she is. Yeah, she is. She's gonna be right here, and she's gonna get an ICV missile right just for her. Alright? But get ready for the spirit of the Pasach. Alright? And yo, since tonight's the Pasach, you got a lot of demons tonight. Alright? There's gonna be a lot of death tonight, man. Alright, so we're gonna read the book of Exodus and get some precepts on top of that. And yeah, so to bring remembrance on how Yahawashi delivered us from the land of Egypt. Alright? So the Passover is a memorial to constantly remember how the Heavenly Father delivered us from the land of Egypt. Alright? Alright, so yeah, I'm gonna start with the book of Exodus, chapter 3, and Llewellyn, I want to get all the way down to the Passover and how, you know, through the spirit of Yahawashi, you know, Moses split the Red Sea. Alright, so I'm gonna start with Exodus chapter 3. So this is Exodus chapter 3, verse 1. It says, now Moses kept the flock of Jethro, his father-in-law, and the priest of Midian, and he led the flock to the backside of the desert and came to the mountain of Yahweh, even to Horeb. And the angel of the Lord appeared unto him in a flame of fire out of the midst of the bush. And he looked, and behold, the bush where was I? Behold, the bush was burnt with fire, and the bush was not consumed. And Moses said, I will now turn aside and look and see this great sight, why the bush is not burnt. And when the Lord saw that he turned aside to see, Yahweh called unto him out of the midst of the bush and said, Moses, Moses. And he said, here I am, here am I. And he said, draw not nigh hither, pull off thy shoes from off thy foot, for the place whereon thou standest is holy ground. Moreover, he said, I am the power of thy father, the God of Abraham, the God of Isaac, and the God of Jacob. And God is a title referring to power. Alright? So that's not his name that he's saying here. Alright? So the God of Jacob, and Moses hid his face and was afraid to look upon Yahweh. And Yahweh said, I have surely seen the affliction of my people which are in Egypt, and I heard their cry by reason of their taskmasters. For I know their sorrows, and I am come down to deliver them out of the hand of the Egyptians, and to bring them up out of the land unto a good land, and a large unto a land flowing with milk and honey, unto the place of the Canaanites, and the Hittites, and the Amorites, and the Perizzites, and the Yeah, that's what I said. And the Hivites, and the Jebusites. Now, therefore, behold, cry unto the children of Israel. Cry unto the children of Israel, it's come unto me, and I have also seen the oppression wherein the Egyptians oppressed them. Come now, therefore, and I will send thee unto Pharaoh, that thou mayest bring forth my children out of children of Israel out of Egypt. And Moses said unto Yahweh, who am I, that I should go unto Pharaoh, and I should bring forth the children of Israel out of Egypt? And he said, certain. He said, certain, I will be with thee, and this shall be a token unto thee that I have. It's like I'm like getting caught up in the words, that I have sent thee, and when thou hast brought forth the people of Egypt, ye shall serve Yahweh upon this mountain. And Moses said unto Yahweh, behold, when I come unto the children of Israel, and shall say unto them, the power of your fathers has sent me unto you, they shall say to me, what is his name? And what shall I say unto them? See, that proves that a guy is a title that's just referring to power. All right, every guy has a name, and even the Heavenly Father Himself has a name. All right, and you can only receive those names by the servants of prophets. And Moses was a prophet, and he was going to reveal the names like it. He was going to reveal the name of the Heavenly Father onto the children of Israel. All right, so he's about to reveal His name, that he should tell the Israelites who their power is, the power of their fathers, their forefathers, Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. Continuing. And Yahweh said unto Moses, I am that I am, which refers in ancient Hebrew is Yahweh, means He is, or He is.
Depends how big it is too.
Continuing, it says, and He said, thus shall I say unto the children of Israel, I am has sent me unto you. And I am is Yahweh, which means He is, or He exists. That's the Heavenly Father's true name. All right, once again, God just is a title referring to power. All right, once again, God, every guy has a name, and so does the Heavenly Father that created the heavens and the earth. And His name is Yahweh. It's in the Paleo Hebrew tongue, which is the original tongue spoken even before the Tower of Babel. All right, even it's spoken by this very spirits Himself. It's Paleo Hebrew, ancient Hebrew. All right, the Lashon Kodash, which means the holy tongue. All right, continuing.
15.
Yeah, the water. It says, and Yahweh said moreover unto Moses, thus shalt thou say unto the children of Israel, the Yahweh, power of your fathers, and the power of Abraham and the power of Isaac. See, he didn't say the name 3 times. It said the God of Abraham, the God of Jacob, and the God of Isaac. Once again, God means power, is a title. We got to be repetitive to drill it into people's heads.
Just like a president, that's a title, but he has a name. Just like mayor, that's a title, but he has a name.
Yeah, exactly.
You know? And or teacher, but guess what? That teacher has a name too.
And just like,
you know?
movies too, you got the director has a name, the actors have a name, you know, the sidecasts have names, you know? So continue. So the power, Yahweh, power of your fathers, and power of Abraham, the power of Isaac, and the power of Jacob has set me unto you. This is my name forever. This is my memorial unto all generations. The Heavenly Father's name doesn't change, nor does His Son's name. Alright? It says the same Yahawashi today, the same Yahawashi tomorrow, and the same Yahawashi forever. See? Just like His Father. Just like His Father. The same Yahweh today, the same Yahweh tomorrow, and the same Yahweh forever. Alright? The name of the Heavenly Father and the name of His Son never changes. Alright? So the name of the Heavenly Father is not God. And the name of his son is not Jesus Christ. Alright? The only way you're going to learn the true names of the Heavenly Father and the Son is through his men, through his prophets, through his preachers. It's the only way you're going to receive it. And those that pass by, hearing the names of Yahweh, Yahawashi, may that be a curse upon you if you don't turn from your ways. Alright, so continuing.
That's Malachi 3 and 6. For I am the Lord, I change not. Therefore, ye sons of Jacob are not consumed.
This is what Passover is going into. It's a memorial that the sons of Jacob shall not be consumed until, like he said, until the ordinances of heaven and everything is cease to exist. So continuing, it says, "Go and gather the elders of Israel together, and say unto them, Yahweh, power of your fathers and the power of Abraham, the power and of Isaac and of Jacob, appeared unto me, saying, I surely have visited you. I have surely visited you, and seen that which is done to you in Egypt. And I have said, I will bring you out of affliction of Egypt, and unto the land of the Canaanites, and the Hittites, and the Amorites, and the Perizzites, and the Hivites, and the Jebusites, unto the land flowing with milk and honey. And they shall hearken to thy voice, and thou shalt come, and thou and the elders of Israel shall unto the king of Egypt, and shall say unto him, Yahweh, power of the Hebrews, had met with us, and now let us go, we beseech, 3 days journey into the wilderness, that we may sacrifice to Yahweh our power. And I am sure that the king of Egypt will not let you go, no, not by a mighty hand. And I will stretch out my hand and smite Egypt with all my wonders, which I will do in the midst thereof. And after that he will let you go. And I will give this people favor in the sight of the Egyptians. And it will come to pass that when ye go, ye shall not go empty, but every woman shall borrow of her neighbor, and of her that sojourn in her house, jewels of silver and the jewels of gold and the raiment, and ye shall put them upon your sons and upon your daughters, and ye shall spoil the Egyptians. Chapter 4. And Moses answered and said, but behold, they will not believe me, nor hearken unto my voice, for they will say, Yahweh hath not appeared unto thee. And Yahweh said unto him, what is that in thine hand? And he said, a rod. He said, cast it into the ground. And he cast it into the ground, and it became a serpent. And Moses fled before it. And Yahweh said unto Moses, put forth thine hand, and take it by the tail. And he put forth his hand and caught it, and it became a rod in his hand, that they may believe that Yahweh, power of their fathers, power of Abraham, the power of Isaac, the power of Jacob, have appeared unto him. And Yahweh said furthermore unto him, put now thine hand into thy bosom. And he put his hand into his bosom, and he took it, and he took it out, and behold, his hand was as leprous as snow. Alright? And he said, put thine hand into thy bosom again. And he put his hand into the bosom again, and plucked it out of his bosom. And behold, it was turned again as his other flesh. So leprosy will be as your common so-called white man. Alright? They got clean lepers. Just as when Moses stuck his hand into his bosom, which is his side, alright, and he pulled it out, and his skin turned light. It turned light colored. It lost its pigmentation, and then he put it back in, and then turned it back, and he got his pigmentation back. Alright, so continuing, it says, it shall come to pass, if they will not believe these, neither hearken to the voice of the first sign, they will believe the voice of the latter sign. That's why he showed it like that. Alright? And it shall come to pass, if they believe not in also these two signs, neither hearken unto thy voice, thou shalt take the water of the river and pour it upon the dry. Slide again. Let me repeat that again. It's the old English is making me stop. It said I'm not used to like talking it super quickly. And it shall come to pass, if they will not believe unto these two signs, neither hearken unto thy voice, that thou shalt take unto the water of the river and pour it unto the dry land, and the water which thou takest out of the river shall become blood upon the dry land. And Moses said unto Yahweh, O my Lord, I am not eloquent, neither heretofore, nor since thou spoken unto thy servant, but I am slow of speech and of a slow tongue, just like one of my brothers, man. They stuttered. That's what it means to be of a slow tongue. All right. Moses had a slow tongue, so he stuttered a lot. All right. So continuing, it says, and Yahweh said unto him, who had made man's mouth? Who had maketh the dumb or deaf, or the seeing or the blind? Have I not? Have not I Yahweh? Now therefore go, and I will be with thy mouth and teach thee what thou shalt say. And he said, O my Yahweh, O my Lord, send, and I pray thee, by the hand of him who thou wilt send. And the anger of the Lord and the anger of Yahweh was kindled against Moses. And he said, is not Aaron the Levite thy brother? I know that he can speak well, and also behold, he cometh forth to meet thee. And when he seeth thee, he will be glad in his heart. And thou shalt speak unto him, and put words in his mouth, and I will be with you in thy mouth, and with his mouth, and will teach you what ye shall do. He shall be thy spokesman unto the people, and he shall be even he shall be to thee instead of thy mouth. Thou shalt be to him instead of Yahweh. And thou shalt take his rod in thy hand, wherewith thou shalt do signs. And Moses went and returned to Jericho. His father-in-law said unto him, let go, I pray thee, and return unto thy brethren which are in Egypt, and see whether they be yet alive. And Jethro said to Moses, go in peace. And Yahweh said unto Moses, immediately go, return into Egypt, for all men are dead which sought thy life. And Moses took his wife and his sons and set them upon an ass, and he returned to the land of Egypt. And Moses took the rod of Yahweh in his hand. And Yahweh said unto Moses, when thou goest to return into Egypt, see that thou do all those wonders before Pharaoh, which I have put in thine hand. But I will harden his heart, but he shall not let the people go. And he did that for a purpose, to put fear into him and the other nations that hear of the stories. Alright? So that they may think twice about messing with the children of Israel. The apple of his eye. So continuing, clearly this world has forgotten what has been done unto Egypt, because it's so many years ago. Now this land, America, shall be the next memorial that shall make these nations think twice about messing with the children of Israel. And the children of Israel shall have strength from their power. You know? And they won't even think twice about trying to go against the Israelites. But continuing. It says, and thou shalt say unto Pharaoh, thus saith Yahweh, Israel is my son, even my firstborn. I say unto thee, let my son go, that he may serve me. If thou refuse to let him go, behold, I will slay thy son, even thy firstborn, literally. And it came to pass by the way in the inn that Yahweh met him and sought to kill him. And then Zipporah took a sharp stone and cut off the foreskin of her son and cast it at his feet and said, "Surely a bloody husband art thou to me." So he let him go, and she said, "A bloody husband thou art, because of the circumcision." And Yahweh said to Aaron, "Go into the wilderness to meet Moses." And he went and met him in the mount of Yahweh, and kissed him. And Moses told Aaron all the words of Yahweh who had sent him, and all the signs which he had commanded him. And Moses and Aaron went and gathered together all the elders of the children of Israel. And Aaron spoke all the words which Yahweh had spoken unto Moses, and did the signs in the sight of the people. And the people believed when they heard that Yahweh had visited the children of Israel, and that he had looked upon their affliction when they bowed their heads and worshipped. And in chapter 5, and afterward Moses and Aaron went in and told Pharaoh, "Thus saith Yahweh, power of Israel, let my people go, that they may hold a feast unto me in the wilderness." And Pharaoh said, "Who is Yahweh, that I may obey the voice to let Israel go? I know not Yahweh, neither will I let Israel go." And they said, "The power of the Hebrews have met with us. Let us go, we pray thee, 3 days' journey into the desert, and sacrifice unto Yahweh our power. Lest he fall upon us with pestilence or with the sword." And the king of Egypt said unto them, "Wherefore do ye, Moses and Aaron, let the people from their works? Get you unto your burden." And Pharaoh said, "Behold, the people of the land now are many, and ye make them rest from their burdens." And Pharaoh commanded the same day the taskmasters of the people and their officers, saying, "Ye shall no more give the people straw to make brick, as heretofore. Let them go and gather straw for themselves. The tail of the bricks which they make heretofore, ye shall lay upon them, and ye shall not diminish aught thereof. For they be idle. Therefore they cry, saying, Let us go and sacrifice unto our power. Let their more work be laid upon the men, that they may labor therein, and let them not regard vain words." And the taskmasters of the people went out in their officers, and they spake to the people, saying, Thus saith Pharaoh, I will not give you straw. Go ye and get you straw wherein ye can find. Yet not aught of your work shall be diminished. So the people were scattered abroad throughout all the land of Egypt, to gather stubble instead of straw. Should I get to the point, or because we're like losing time? And then it says, what is it? It goes all the way up at, I believe, the 16th chapter.
Let's just let it out.
I'm gonna continue. I'm gonna try to read fast. I keep stopping because old English, but it says, "Go ye and get you straw where you can find, yet not all of your work shall be diminished." So the people were scattered abroad throughout all the land of Egypt to gather stubble instead of straw. And the taskmaster tasted them, saying, "Fulfill your works, your daily tasks, and as there was straw, the officers of the children of Israel were Pharaoh's taskmasters, has set over them, and were beaten and demanded, wherefore had ye not fulfilled your task of making brick both yesterday and today, and heretofore? Then the officers of the children of Israel came and cried unto Pharaoh, saying, wherefore dealest thou thus with thy servants? There is no straw given unto thy servants, that they say to us, make brick, and behold, thy servants are beaten, but the fault is in thy own people. But he said, ye are idle, and ye are idle. Therefore ye say, let us go and do sacrifice to the Lord, to Yahweh. Go therefore now and work, for there shall no straw be given to you yet, shall ye deliver the tale of bricks. And the officers of the children of Israel did see that they were in evil case. After it was said, ye shall not diminish from your bricks of your daily tasks, which means you cannot have less bricks, because they have to gather the bricks themselves.
They pretty much have to beat the quarter.
Yeah, they started to beat the quarter. That's it. Yeah, that's it.
Pretty much.
Yeah. It says, and they met Moses and Aaron, and who stood in the way as they came forth from Pharaoh. And they said unto them, Yahweh look upon you and judge, because ye have made our Savior to be abhorred in the eyes of Pharaoh, in the eyes of his servants, to put a sword in our hand to slay us. And Moses returned to Yahweh and said, Yahweh, therefore hast thou so evil entrusted this people? Why is it that thou hast sent me? For since I came to Pharaoh to speak thy name, he had done evil to these people, neither hast thou delivered thy people at all. Then Yahweh said unto Moses, now shalt thou see what I will do to Pharaoh, for the strong hand shall he let them go, and with a strong hand shall he drive them out of his land. For Yahweh spake unto Moses and said unto him, I am Yahweh. I appeared unto Abraham, unto Isaac, and unto Jacob, for my name of Yahweh Almighty, but by my name Yahweh was I not known to them. And I have also established my covenant with them, and to give them the land of Canaan, and the land of their pilgrimage, wherein they were strangers. I also heard the groaning of the children of Israel, whom the Egyptians keep in bondage, and I remembered my covenant. Wherefore say unto the children of Israel, I am Yahweh, and I will bring you out from under your burdens of the Egyptians, and I will rid you out of their bondage, and I will redeem you with the stretched out arm and with great judgments, just as he's going to do here. You know, continuing. And I will take you to me for a people, and I will be to you a power, and ye shall know that I am Yahweh your power, which bringeth you out from under your burdens of the Egyptians. And I will bring you into the land concerning which I did swear to give it to Abraham, to Isaac, and to Jacob, and I will give it to you for a heritage. I am Yahweh. And Moses spake so unto the children of Israel, but they hearkened not unto Moses for anguish of spirit and cruel bondage. See, that's Jacob. You know? And the Lord spake unto Moses, saying, go in and speak unto Pharaoh, the king of Egypt, that he let the children of Israel go out of his land. And Moses spake before Yahweh, saying, behold, the children of Israel have not hearkened unto me. Now then shall Pharaoh hear me, who of uncircumcised lips. And the Lord spake unto Moses and said unto Aaron, and gave them a charge unto the children of Israel, and unto the Pharaoh, the king of Egypt, to bring the children of Israel out of the land of Egypt. These be the hands of their fathers' houses, and the sons of Reuben, and the firstborn of Israel. Hamnach, Alu, Hezron, Carmi, these be the families of Reuben, the sons of Simeon, it's like Demuel, Jamin, Ohad, Jachin, Zohar, and Shaul, the son of the Canaanite woman. These are the families of Simeon. And these are the oh my gosh, they're going to go through all of them. These are the sons of Levi according to the generations. Gershon, Kohath, Merari. The years of the life of Levi were 137 years. And the sons of Gershon, like was it Libni and the Shimi, according to the families. And the sons of Kohath and Amram and Ishar and Hebron and Uzziel, and the years of the life of Kohath were 133 years. And the sons of Merari and Mahali and Mushi. These are the families of Levi according to their generations. And Amram took him Jochebed, his father's sister to wife, and she bare him Aaron and Moses. And the years of the life of Amram were 137 years. And the sons of Ishar and Korah is Nephreg and Zikri. Yeah, I know. And the sons of Uziel and Mashael and Ezaphan and Zithri, and Aaron took him Elisheba. Yeah, that's it. Daughter of Aminadab. It's like separating it for me, so it's like even difficult to like actually pronounce.
Yeah, I'll
sister of
probably
Nashan to Let's get through it. Let's get to the point. Because we're like butchering all these names, bro. Yeah, so let me start at 26. It says, these are that Aaron and Moses, to whom Yahweh said, bring out of the children of Israel the land of Egypt according to their armies. These are they that spake to Pharaoh, king of Egypt, to bring the children of Israel from Egypt, that Moses and Aaron, and it's like these are that Moses and Aaron. And it came to pass on that day when Yahweh spake unto Moses in the land of Egypt, that Yahweh spake unto Moses, saying, I am Yahweh. Speak unto Pharaoh, king of Egypt, all that I say unto thee. And Moses said before Yahweh, behold, I am of uncircumcised saints. How shall Pharaoh hearken unto me? And Yahweh said unto Moses, I have made thee a power to Pharaoh, and Aaron thy brother shall be thy prophet. Yo, that's cool. Thou shalt speak all that I command thee, and Aaron thy brother shall speak unto Pharaoh, that he send the children of Israel out of his land. And I will harden Pharaoh's heart and multiply my signs and my wonders in the land of Egypt. But Pharaoh shall not hearken unto me, that I may lay my hand unto Egypt and bring forth mine armies and my people, the children of Israel, out of the land of Egypt by great judgments. And the Egyptians shall know that I am Yahweh, which I stretch forth my hand upon Egypt and bring out the children of Israel from among them. And Moses and Aaron did as Yahweh commanded, and so did they. And Moses was fourscore years old, and Aaron was 83 years old. And when they spake unto Pharaoh, Yahweh spake unto Moses and Aaron, saying, when Pharaoh shall speak unto you, saying, show a miracle, it's like, show a miracle for you. then shalt say unto Aaron, take thy rod and cast it before Pharaoh, and it shall become a serpent. And Moses and Aaron went in under Pharaoh and did so as Yahweh had commanded. And Aaron cast down the rod before Pharaoh and before his servants, and it became a serpent. Then Pharaoh also called the wise men and the sorcerers, now the magicians of Egypt, and they also did in like manner in their enchantments. For they cast down every man his rod, and they became serpents. But Aaron's rod swallowed up their rods. That's cool, bro. Yo, and he hardened Pharaoh's heart that he may not hearken unto them, as Yahweh had said. And Yahweh said unto Moses, Pharaoh's heart is hardened, and he refused to let the people go. Get thee unto Pharaoh in the morning, lo, he goeth out unto the water, that thou shalt stand by the river brink. Against he come, and the rod which was turned into a serpent shall thou take in thine hand, and shall say unto him, Yahweh, the power of the Hebrews, has sent me unto them, saying, let my people go, that they may serve me in the wilderness. And behold, hitherto thou wouldest not hear. Thus saith Yahweh, in this thou shalt know that I am Yahweh. Behold, I will smite with the rod that is in my hand, and upon the waters which are in the river, that they shall be turned to blood. And the fish that is in the river shall die, and the river shall stink, and the Egyptians shall loathe to drink the water of the river. And Yahweh spake unto Moses, say unto Aaron, take thy rod and stretch out thine hand upon the waters of Egypt, upon the streams, upon the rivers, and upon their ponds, and upon all the pools of water, that they may become blood, that there may be blood thereof, all in the land of Egypt, both in the vessels of wood and in the vessels of stones. Even it doesn't even have to be in the river and the ponds and stuff like that. Anything that contains liquid. So they have water and pots and stuff like that and barrels. Even that turned to blood. Yo, that's badass. Excuse my language. Badass is a good way. So continuing. Moses and Aaron did so as Yahweh commanded, and he lifted up the rod and smote the waters that were in the river, and in the sight of Pharaoh and in the sight of his servants, all the waters that were in the river were turned to blood. The fish that was in the river died, and the river stank, and the Egyptians could not drink of the water of the river. There was blood throughout the land of Egypt, and the magicians of Egypt did so with their enchantments, and the Pharaoh's heart was hardened, neither did he hearken unto them, as Yahweh has said. And Pharaoh turned and went into his house, neither did he set his heart to this also. And the Egyptians digged around about the river for water to drink, for they could not drink of the water of the river. And 7 days were fulfilled. After that, the Yahweh has smitten the river. In chapter 8, and Yahweh spake unto Moses, go unto Pharaoh and say unto them, thus saith Yahweh, let my people go, that they may serve me. If thou refuse to let them go, behold, I will smite all thy borders with frogs, and the river shall bring forth frogs abundantly, which shall go up and come unto thine house, and into thy bedchamber, and upon thy bed, and into the house of thy servants, and upon thy people, and into thine ovens, and into thy kneading troughs. And the frogs shall come up both on thee and upon thy people, and upon thy servants. And Yahweh spake unto Moses, say unto Aaron, stretch forth thine hand with thy rod over the streams, over the rivers, over the ponds, and cause the frogs to come up upon Egypt. And Aaron stretched out his hand over the waters of Egypt, and the frogs came up and covered the land of Egypt. And the magicians did so with their enchantments, and brought up frogs upon the land of Egypt. Then Pharaoh called for Moses and Aaron, and said, entreat Yahweh, that he may take away the frogs from me and from my people, and I will let the people go, that they will do the sacrifice unto Yahweh. And Moses said unto Pharaoh, glory over me? When shall I entreat for thy servants and for thy people to destroy the frogs from me in thy house, that they may remain in the river only? And he said tomorrow, and he said, be it according to thy word, that thou mayest know that there is none like unto Yahweh our power. And the frogs shall depart from thee, and from thy houses, and from thy servants, and from thy people, and they shall remain in the river only. And Moses and Aaron went out from Pharaoh, and Moses cried unto Yahweh because of the frogs which he had brought against Pharaoh. Because of let me rephrase that. And Moses cried unto Yahweh because of the frogs which he had brought on against Pharaoh. And Yahweh did according to the word of Moses, and the frogs died out of the houses and out of the villages and out of the fields, and they gathered together upon the heaps, and the lambs stank. So they didn't go into the river. They died. They just died. They just laid there and died. It says, what was that?
15.
It says, but when Pharaoh saw that there was a respite, he hardened his heart. There you go again. And hearkened not unto them, as Yahweh had said. And Yahweh said unto Moses, say unto Aaron, stretch out thy rod and smite the dust of the land, that they may become lice throughout all the land of Egypt. And they did so. For Aaron stretched out his hand with his rod and smote the dust of the earth, and it became lice and man and in beasts, and all the dust of the land became lice throughout the land of Egypt. And Pharaoh did so with their enchantments to bring forth lice, but they could not. So there were lice upon men and upon beasts. Like, damn. Then the magician said unto Pharaoh, this is the finger of Yahweh. And Pharaoh's heart was hardened, and he hearkened not unto them, as Yahweh had said. And Yahweh said unto Moses, rise up early in the morning and stand before Pharaoh. Lo, he cometh forth to the water, and say unto them, thus saith Yahweh, let my people go, that they may serve him. Else if thou wilt not let my people go, behold, I will send swarms of flies upon thee, and upon thy servants, and upon thy people, into thy houses, and in the house of the Egyptians shall be full of swarms of flies. Also the ground whereon they are. Oh my gosh, that means me stepping on flies. Yeah. Yeah. And I was sever. And I was severed in that day the land of Goshen, in which my people dwell, and no swarm of flies shall be there, to the end thou mayest know that I am Yahweh in the midst of the earth. Damn, bro. Yeah. Like he isn't touching the Israelites, but it's touching all the Egyptians, so they know now that they would know that it's Yahweh, that is truly the power of them.
Really personal now.
Yeah. And then continuing, it says, I will put a division between my people and thy people, and tomorrow shall be the sign be. It's like, and shall this sign be? And Yahweh did so, and there came a grievous swarm of flies into the house of the Pharaoh, into the servants' houses, into all the land of Egypt. And the land was corrupted by reason of swarm of flies. And the Pharaoh and Pharaoh called for Moses and for Aaron and said, go ye, sacrifice to your power in the land. And Moses said, it is not meant so to do, but we shall sacrifice an abomination of the Egyptians to the land, to Yahweh our power. Lo, shall we sacrifice the abomination of the Egyptians before their eyes? And will they not stone us? We will go 3 days journey into the wilderness and sacrifice to Yahweh our power, as he shall command us. So he said sacrifice sacrifice in our land. Yeah, everything's corrupted. So just like with the unclean with those flies.
All over their foods and everything.
Yeah. So continuing, it says, what was it? 27? No. 28? And Pharaoh said,
It's 27.
27? Okay. 28. And Pharaoh said, I will let you go, that ye may sacrifice to Yahweh your power in the wilderness. Only ye shall not go very far and entreat for me. And Moses said, Behold, I will go out of thee, and I will entreat Yahweh that the swarms of the flies may depart from Pharaoh and from his servants and from his people tomorrow. But let not Pharaoh deal deceitfully anymore in not letting the people go to sacrifice to Yahweh. And Moses went out from Pharaoh and entreat the Lord, and entreat Yahweh. And Yahweh did according to the word of Moses, and he removed the swarms of flies from Pharaoh and from his servants and from his people. There remained not one. And Pharaoh hardened his heart at this time also. Neither would he let the people go. This dude's stupid, man. This dude is stupid. Yeah. Then Yahweh said unto Moses, Go unto Pharaoh and tell him, Thus saith Yahweh, power of the Hebrews, let my people go, that they may serve me. For if thou refuse to let them go, and will hold them still, behold, the hand of Yahweh is upon thy cattle, which is in the field, upon the horses, upon the asses, upon the camels, upon the oxen, upon the sheep, and upon the sheep. There shall be a very grievous murrain, like it. And Yahweh shall sever between the cattle of Israel and the cattle of Egypt, and there shall nothing die. Nothing die of all that is the children of Israel. And Yahweh appointed a set time, saying, Tomorrow Yahweh shall do this thing in the land. And Yahweh did the thing on the morrow, and all the cattle of Egypt died. But the cattle of his children of Israel, died not one. It says, and Pharaoh sent, and behold, there was not one of the cattle of the Israelites dead. And the heart of the Pharaoh was hardened, and he did not let the people go. This dude's stupid as hell, man. Yeah. And Yahweh said unto Moses and unto Aaron, because this dude would have gave up on the first go around. But Yahweh was trying to instill fear into this dude's heart and on the other nations. You know, making his name known. And he did not let the people go. And Yahweh said unto Moses and unto Aaron, Take to you handfuls of ashes of the furnace, and let Moses sprinkle it towards the heaven, and in the sight of Pharaoh it shall become small dust in all the land of Egypt, and it shall be a boil breaking forth with blains upon men and upon beasts throughout all the land of Egypt. And they took the ashes of the furnace and stood before Pharaoh, and Moses sprinkled it up towards heaven, and it became a boil breaking forth with blains upon men and upon beasts. Oh my gosh, boys of pain. And magicians and magicians could not stand before Moses because of the boils. Oh my gosh, he was on their feet. Damn. And so
they're trying to do their own little miracle. Man, they just can't do it.
They can't get up.
Yeah.
What was that? Yeah, thought it was 11. So it says, For the boils are upon the magicians and upon all the Egyptians, and Yahweh hardened the heart of Pharaoh, and you hearkened not unto him. And as Yahweh had spoken unto Moses, I'm pretty sure all the people. So continue the
Probably had magicians in there probably saying like, we don't want any more of this.
And Yahweh said unto Moses, Rise up early in the morning and stand before Pharaoh and say unto him, Thus saith Yahweh, power of the Hebrews, let my people go, that they may serve me. For I will at this time send all my plagues upon thine heart, upon thy servants, and upon thy people, that thou mayest know that there is none like me in all the earth. For now I will stretch out my hand, that I may smite thee and thy people with pestilence, it says, and thou shalt be cut off from the earth, and in the very deed for this cause have I raised thee up. For showing my power, and it's like, and that my name may be declared throughout all the earth. As yet exaltest thou against my people that thou would not let them go. Behold, tomorrow about this time I will cause it to rain a very grievous hail, such as had not been done in Egypt since the foundation thereof, even until now. Send therefore now, and gather thy cattle, and all that thou hast in the field. For upon every man and beast which shall be found in the field, and shall not be brought home, and the hail. It's like I'm like I need to breathe. Okay, send therefore now and gather thy cattle. Oh, it's like gather thy cattle, and all that thou hast in the field. For upon every man and beast shall be found in the field, and shall not be brought home. It's like the hail shall come down upon them, and shall die, and they shall die. That's some big ass hail there. Yeah.
I mean, I could have read it too, but I was following along with him.
It's like, yeah, I'm like losing bet. This flex can only go too far.
Huh?
No. You still gotta pick up.
He that, Exodus 9 and 20. He that fear the word of Yahweh among the servants of Pharaoh, may his servants, his cattle flee into houses. It was 19.
Yeah, it was 20.
You already read that. And he that regarded not the word of Yahweh left his servants and his cattle in the field. And Yahweh said unto Moses, stretch forth thine hand toward heaven, that they may be beheaded in all the land of Egypt, upon man, upon beast, and upon every herb of the field throughout the land of Egypt.
Is that it broke trees. That thing's broken trees too. If it's capable enough of killing people, it'll break trees. It'll break trees.
And Moses stretched forth his rod toward heaven, and Yahweh sent thunder and hail, and the fire ran along upon the ground, and Yahweh rained hail upon the land of Egypt. So there was hail and fire mingled with the hail.
Whoa, yo, come to think of it, I forgot about that. It was hail and fire. Usually it's
Fire and ice.
yeah, it's a fire and ice. Yeah,
Ice fire.
yeah.
So there was hail and fire mingled with the hail, very grievous, such as there was none like it in all the land of Egypt since it became a nation. And the hail smote throughout all the land of Egypt, all that was in the field, both man and beast, and the hail smote every herb of the field, and break every tree of the field. Only in the land of Goshen, where the children of Israel were, was there no hail. And Pharaoh sent and called for Moses and Aaron, and said unto them, I have sinned this time. The Lord is righteous, and I and my people are wicked. Entreat the Lord, for it is enough that there be no more mighty thunderings and hail, and I will let you go, and you shall stay no longer. And Moses said unto him, as soon as I am gone out of the city, I will spread abroad my hands unto Yahweh, and the thunder shall cease, neither shall there be any more hail, and thou mayest know how the earth is Yahweh's. But as for thee and thy servants, I know that you will not yet fear Yahweh the power, And the flax and barley was smitten, for barley was in the ear, and the flax was bold. But the wheat and the rye were not smitten, for they were not grown up. And Moses went out of the city from Pharaoh and spread abroad his hand to Yahweh, and the thunders and hail ceased, and the rain was not poured upon the earth. And when Pharaoh saw that the rain and the hail and the thunders were ceased, he sinned yet more.
That's heathen, bro. That's the heathen.
And hardened his heart, and he and his servant. And the heart of Pharaoh was hardened. Neither would he let the children of Israel grow, as Yahweh had spoken by Moses. And Yahweh said unto Moses, Go unto Pharaoh, for I have hardened his heart, and his heart of his servant, that I may show these signs before him, and that you may tell the ears of thy son, and for thy son's son, what things I have wrought in Egypt, and the signs which I have done among them. And you may know that I am Yahweh. And Moses and Aaron came unto Pharaoh and said unto him, Thus said Yahweh, the power of the Hebrews, how long would thou refuse to humble thyself before me? Let my people go, that they may serve me. Else, if you refuse to let my people go, behold, tomorrow will I bring the locusts unto the coast, and they shall cover the face of the earth, that one cannot be able to see the earth, and they shall eat the residue of that which is escaped, which remaineth unto you from the hail. And they shall eat every tree which is growing up for you out of the field. And they shall fill the houses, and the houses of the servants, and the houses of the Egyptians, which neither thy fathers nor the fathers' fathers have seen since the day that they were upon the earth unto this day. And he turned himself and went out from Pharaoh. And Pharaoh's servant said unto him, How long shall this man be a snare unto us? Let the men go, that they may serve the Lord in their God.
Nah, that was somebody saying somebody. That was someone saying something.
Knowest thou not yet that Egypt is destroyed? And Moses and Aaron were brought again unto Pharaoh, and said to them, Go serve the Lord your God. But who are they that shall go? Who are they that shall go? And Moses said, We will go where our young and where our old, where our sons and where our daughters, and where our flocks and where our herds will we go. For we must hold a feast unto Yahweh. And he said unto them, Let the Lord be so with you, and I will let you go, and your little ones. Look to it, for evil is before you. Not so. Go now ye that are a man, and serve the Lord, for that ye did desire. And they were driven out from Pharaoh's presence. And Yahweh said unto Moses, Stretch out thy hand over the lands of Egypt for locusts, that they may come up unto the land of Egypt, and eat every herb of the land, even all that hail had left. And Moses stretched forth the rod over the land of Egypt. And Yahweh brought an east wind upon the land all that day, all that night, that when it was morning, the east wind broke the locusts. And the locusts went up over all the land of Egypt, and rested in all the coast of Egypt, very grievous. Were they before them, there were no such locusts as they, either after them shall be such. For they cover the face of the whole earth, so the land was dark. That's like a cloud. There was so much, it was like a cloud. And they did eat every herb of the land and all the fruits of the trees which the hail had left. And there remained not any green thing in the tree, or any herbs in the field, through all the land of Egypt. And Pharaoh called for Moses and Aaron in haste, and he said, I have sinned against the Lord your God, and against you.
They transgressed the commandment. That's what it means there.
Now therefore forgive, I pray thee.
It's like
my sin is only this once.
It's like he's starting to realize, but then he's going back to the same thing once it's done.
So now therefore forgive, I pray thee, my sin is only this once, and entreat the Lord your God, that he may take away from me this death only. And he went out from Pharaoh, and he treated Yahweh. And Yahweh turned a mighty strong west wind, which took away the locusts and cast them into the Red Sea. There remained not one locust in all the coast of Egypt. But Yahweh hardened Pharaoh's heart, so that he will not let the children of Israel go. And Yahweh said unto Moses, stretch out thine hand toward heaven, and there may be darkness. And Yahweh said unto Moses, stretch out thy hand toward heaven, that there may be darkness over the land of Egypt, even darkness which may be felt. And Moses stretched forth his hand toward heaven, and there was thick darkness in all the land of Egypt 3 days. They saw not one another. Damn. Neither rose any from his place. And they saw not one another, neither rose any from his place for 3 days. But all the children of Israel had light in the dwellings. And Pharaoh called unto Moses and said, go ye, serve the Lord. Only let your flocks and your herds be stayed. Let your little ones also go with you. And Moses said, thou must give us also sacrifices and burnt offerings, that we may sacrifice unto Yahweh power. Our cattle also should go with us. There shall not a hoof be left behind. And therefore must we take and serve Yahweh our power, and know not with what we must serve Yahweh until we come tighter. But Yahweh hardened Pharaoh's heart, and he will not let them go. And Pharaoh said unto him, get thee from me, take heed to thyself, see my face no more, for in that day that you seest my face, you shall die. And Moses said, thou hast spoken well, I will see thy face again no more. So Pharaoh's like, get out of my face, I don't want to see you again.
Yeah, let me
I can continue if you want.
Oh yeah. Okay, I can. Okay. All right, this is Exodus chapter 11, verse 1. It says, and Yahweh said unto Moses, yet will I bring one more Egypt. one more plague upon Pharaoh and upon Egypt. Afterward, he will let you go. He will let you go hence. And when he shall let you go, he shall surely thrust you out hence altogether. Speak now in the ears of my people, and let every man borrow of his neighbor, and every woman of her neighbor, and jewels of silver and the jewels of gold. And Yahweh gave the people favor in the sight of the Egyptians. Moreover, the man Moses was very great in the land of Egypt, and in the sight of the Pharaoh's servants, and in the sight of the people. And Moses said, Thus saith Yahweh, about midnight will I go in the midst of Egypt, and all the firstborn in the land of Egypt shall die, from the firstborn of Pharaoh that sitteth upon his throne, even unto the firstborn of the maidservant that is behind the mill, and all the firstborns of the beasts. And there shall be a great cry throughout all the land of Egypt, such as there was none like it, nor shall be like it anymore. But against any of the children of Israel shall not a dog move his tongue against man or beast, that you may know how Yahweh doth put a difference between the Egyptians and Israel. So that's proof right there that Ham and Jake, they don't look the same. That's proof right there. So continuing. And all these thy servants shall come down unto me and bow themselves unto me, saying, Get thee out, all the people that followed thee. And after that I will go out. And he went unto Pharaoh in great anger. And Yahweh said unto Moses, And Pharaoh shall not hearken unto you, that my wonders may be multiplied in the land of Egypt. And Moses and Aaron did all these wonders before Pharaoh, and Yahweh hardened the Pharaoh's heart, so that he would not let the children of Israel go out of his land. Chapter 12. And Yahweh spake unto Moses and Aaron in Egypt, saying, This month shall be unto you the beginning of months, and it shall be the first month of the year to you. See, that right there is referring to that day was the new moon, right? Referring to the book of Ecclesiastes. That first before I continue?
This is Deuteronomy 16:16. Observe the month of Abib, and take the Passover unto Yahweh power. For in the month of Abib, Yahweh power brought thee forth out of Egypt by night.
Yeah, it was actually getting into that. So, that works too, yeah.
But but just to get that's what the word Abib means. It means pretty much spring.
The greening of crop. Or the spring of, it's more like the month of green.
And there it is right here.
The month of Exodus and the Passover. March or April. It's March. There's no or, you gotta go by the moon. There was no names for the months.
Done.
All right, so continuing. What was it?
2. You got done with 2.
All right, this month shall be unto you the beginning of months, and it shall be the first month of the year to you. So we're living this month is technically the new year for us, concerning the new moon, and it's almost a full moon right now, and the full moon represents that the full moon represents the 14th day of that month, and the 14th day of the month is the Passover. And the Passover is literally tonight. So continue. Speak ye unto the congregation of Israel, saying, in the 10th day of this month, they shall take to them every man a lamb, according to the house of their fathers, a lamb for a house. And if a household be too little for a lamb, let him and his neighbor next to his house take it according to the number of his soul, unto his souls, which means every person in his household. Every man according to his eating shall make your account for the lamb. Your lamb shall be without blemish, and male of the first year. Ye shall take it out from the sheep and from the goats, and ye shall keep it unto the 14th day of the same month. And then the whole assembly of the congregation of Israel shall kill it in the evening. They shall take the blood and strike it on the 2 side posts and on the upper doorposts of the houses, wherein they shall eat it. And they shall eat the flesh in that night, roast with fire, and unleavened bread with bitter herbs they shall eat it. Eat not of it raw, nor sodden it with water, or at all with water, but roast with fire, his head with his legs and the purtenance thereof. Ye shall let nothing of it remain until the morning. That which remain of it until the morning, ye shall burn it with fire. Thus shall ye eat it, with the loins and girded and shoes on your feet and staff in your hand, and ye shall eat it in haste. It is the Lord's. It is Yahweh's Passover. For I will pass through the land of Egypt this night and smite all the firstborn in the land of Egypt, both man and beast. Against all the gods of Egypt I will execute judgment, and I am Yahweh. And the blood shall be to you a token upon the houses where ye are. And when I see the blood, I will pass over you, and the plague shall not be upon you to destroy you. When I smite the land of Egypt, and this day shall be unto you a memorial, and ye shall keep it a feast to Yahweh throughout your generations, and ye shall keep it a feast by ordinance forever. 7 days shall ye eat unleavened bread. Even the first day ye shall put away the leaven out of your houses. For whosoever eat leavened bread from the first day unto the 7th day, that soul shall be cut off from Israel. And in the first day ye shall have a holy convocation, and on the 7th day ye shall have a holy convocation too. No manner of work be done in them, save that which every man must eat, that only may be done of you. That only may be done of you. Ye shall observe the feast of unleavened bread, and in the self-same day have I brought your armies out of the land of Egypt. Therefore shall ye observe this day to your generations by ordinance forever. In the first month, on the 14th day of the month, at evening, ye shall eat unleavened bread until 1 in the 20th day of the until the 1 and 20th day of the month at evening. Yo, that's the 21st month. 21st day. It's like I just had like a hit. Like no. I'm gonna continue. 7 days there shall be no leaven found in your houses. For whosoever eateth that which is leavened, even that soul shall be cut off of the congregation of Israel, whether he be stranger or born in the land. See, that proves right there. With that's another subject though. Ye shall eat nothing leavened. In all your habitations shall ye eat unleavened bread. Then Moses called for all the elders of Israel and said according unto them, draw out and take you a lamb according to your families and kill the Passover. And ye shall take a bunch of hyssop and dip it in the blood that is in the basin, and strike the lintel and the two posts with the blood that is in the basin, and none of you shall go out at the door of this house until the morning. For Yahweh will pass through to smite the Egyptians when he seeth the blood upon the lintel and upon the two sides of the post. And Yahweh will pass over the door and will not suffer the destroyer to come in unto your houses and smite you. And ultimately that destroyer, that death angel there, is Yahawashi. Because what we're living in right now, actually, I'm gonna get that little willing before nightfall, because we gotta close up before it hits night. But the willing, we could get that in Jeremiah that you got. So after this, I want you to actually skip all of the beginning, because I told you to start at the beginning, but it's too much. We don't have that much time, so we're just going to get directly to the point. I want you to get. I'll tell you, and then right after that, I want you to read yours, and then we close up. All right. So where was it?
24.
24, right? It says, and ye shall observe this thing for an ordinance to thee and to thy sons forever. And that's the key thing there. We have to have this for an ordinance. And the Passover is just tonight. Alright? So there's going to be a lot of death this tonight and this entire week. Alright? There's going to be a lot of death. You know, whether it appears on the news or not, there's going to be a lot of death tonight. You know?
And whoever comes against this truth, you know,
yeah,
that's on them.
Yeah.
You know?
Continuing, it says, ye shall observe this thing for an ordinance to thee and thy sons forever. And it shall come to pass when ye come to the land which Yahweh will give you, according to as he hath promised, that ye shall keep this service. And it shall come to pass when your children shall say unto you, What mean ye by this service? That ye shall say, It is a sacrifice of Yahweh's Passover, who's passed over the houses of the children of Israel in the land of Egypt. When he smote the Egyptians and delivered our houses, the people bowed the head and worshipped. And the children of Israel went away and did as Yahweh had commanded Moses and Aaron, so did they. Oh, man, this is long. And it came to pass that at midnight the Lord smote all the firstborn in the land of Egypt, from the firstborn of Pharaoh that sat on the throne unto the firstborn of the captive that was in the dungeon. Damn. And all the firstborn of the cattle. And Pharaoh rose up in the night, and he and all his servants, all the Egyptians, must have made a loud noise.
That morning. Yeah.
No, I mean like he rose up in the middle of the night. Pharaoh, like he knew that his son died. He must have made a loud noise or something. Like, damn. But continuing. Oh, they probably got chills. So continuing, it says, and all the Egyptians, and there was a great cry in Egypt, for there was not a house where there was not one dead. He called for Moses and Aaron by the night and said, Rise and get you forth from among the people. Go ye and the children, and go ye. It's like it. Both ye and the children of Israel, go and serve Yahweh, as ye have said. Also take your flocks and your herds, as ye have said, and be gone, and bless me also. And the Egyptians were, and the Egyptians, and the Egyptians were urgent upon the people that they might send them out of the land in haste, for they said, we be all dead men. and the people took their dough before it was leavened, and their kneading troughs being bound in their clothes upon their shoulders. And the children of Israel did according to the word of Moses, and they borrowed the Egyptians jewels of silver and the jewels of gold and raiment. And Yahweh gave the people the favor in the sight of the Egyptians, so they lent unto them such things as they required, and they spoiled the Egyptians. And the children of Israel journeyed from Ramses into Sikoth, or Succoth, or whatever you pronounce that, Sikoth, about 600,000 on foot that were men, beside the children. A mixed multitude went up also with them, and flocks and herds, even very much cattle. And they baked unleavened bread of dough that which they brought forth out of Egypt, for it was not leavened, because they were thrust out of Egypt and could not tarry. Neither had they prepared themselves any victual. Now the sojourning of the children of Israel who dwelt in Egypt was 430 years. And it came to pass at the end of the 430 years, even the selfsame day, it came to pass that all the hosts of Yahweh went out of the land of Egypt, and it is a night to be much observed unto Yahweh for bringing them out from the land of Egypt. This is that night of Yahweh to be observed of all the children of Israel in all generations, and that's going to be tonight. Exactly tonight is the very same night where Yahweh has killed all the firstborns of Egypt, you know, and the Passover is happening tonight. All right. So continuing, and Yahweh said unto Moses and Aaron, "This is an ordinance of the Passover. There shall no stranger eat thereof, but every man's servant that is bought for money, when thou hast circumcised him, then shall he eat thereof. A foreigner and a hired servant shall not eat thereof. In one house shall it be eaten. Thou shalt not carry forth aught aught of the flesh abroad of the house. Neither shall ye break a bone thereof. All the congregation of Israel shall keep it. And when the stranger shall sojourn with thee, it will keep the Passover to Yahweh. Let all his veils be circumcised, and then let him come near and keep it. He shall be one that is born in the land. For no uncircumcised person shall eat thereof. One law shall be to him that is homeborn, and unto the stranger that sojourn among you. And did all the children Israel, as Yahweh commanded, and Moses and Aaron, so did they. And it came to pass the selfsame days that Yahweh did bring the children of Israel out of the land of Egypt by their armies. Damn, that's it right there. You know, and the Passover is tonight. Right? The Passover is tonight, and it is a very, very powerful day. A very powerful day of salvation and redemption and death. All right. So get Baruch. Let me tell you what precept. All right. So down here, I want you to start right. No. Let's see. Start at 28 and read down to 35. 28 to 35. Actually, I want you to read yours first. You remember the one that you're holding? Yeah. Read that one first.
Yeah.
This is Judges 5 and 10. Speak ye that ride on white asses, ye that sit in judgment and walk by the way.
Let's go.
Verse 11. They that are delivered from the noise of the archers in the places of drawing water, there shall they rehearse the righteous acts of the Lord, even the righteous acts toward the inhabitants of his village in Israel.
And this and that's here, man. This is the land of the north. This is that very same place where the noise of the archers are going to reach. And the noise of the archers, those arrows is referring to the ICBM missiles. And this very same land is going to be Egypt during the Passover of Yahawashi. You know, this is going to be the Passover of Yahawashi. We don't know what it's going to be called, but we know that it's going to become a new Passover. You know, and just as the book of Exodus is called the Yahweh's Passover, this one I'm gonna be surprised it's called Yahawashi's Passover. You know?
Still, Yahawashi.
Yeah, because yeah, and yeah, let's go. Now, wait, you still got a little bit more in there? Yeah. Read the rest of it.
Even the righteous acts toward the inhabitants of his village in Israel, then shall the people of the Lord go down to the gates. Verse 12.
No.
Alright.
That was it.
This is Baruch chapter 2 verse 28. This, as thou speakest by thy servant Moses in the day when thou didst command him to write the law before the children of Israel, saying, if ye will not hear my voice, surely this great multitude shall be turned into a small number among the nations, where I will scatter them. It says, for I knew that they would not hear me, because it is a stiff-necked people.
Yeah.
But in the land of their captivities, they shall remember themselves, and shall know that I am the Lord their power. I am Yahweh their power. For I will give them an heart and ears to hear, and they shall praise me in the land of their captivity.
They shall praise me in the land of that captivity.
And think upon my name.
And think upon his name. And you know, not just that, but we're also going to be rehearsing righteous acts, you know, that, you know, in the land of our captivities, which here we are. This is that land of the north. This is that place where the sound of those archers are going to, the place of drawing waters. This is that place, man. You know, this place is going to be Egypt, and it's going to be much worse than what happened with Egypt. You know, even since the foundation of the earth.
It says, and they shall praise me in the land of their captivity, and think upon my name.
Go over it. Go over the sound.
And return from their stiff neck, and from their wicked deeds, for they shall remember the day of their fathers, which sinned before the Lord. I will bring them again into the land. This is I was. Fuck, I lost what was that.
They shall return.
And they shall. I'm gonna read it again. And they shall praise my name in their like, and they shall praise me in the land of their captivity, and think upon my name, and return from their stiff neck, and from their wicked deeds, for they shall remember the way of their fathers, which sinned before the Lord.
And what is that? You know, because our people haven't been doing the Passover ever since we got let's just say we got out of that hardcore bondage, the hardcore slavery. We couldn't keep the Passover. You know, the Pasach. You know, we couldn't keep it. But now we're returning unto Yahawashi Yahawashi. And we're you know, remembering the ways of our forefathers, the ones that had sinned against Yahawashi Yahawashi. But you know, we're returning to you know, the way Yahawashi wanted us to. You know? And Yahawashi, he changed the symbolism of the Pasach. And it's an important and solemn day. You know? So continue.
It says, I will bring them again unto the land which I have promised with an oath unto their fathers, Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, and they shall be the lords of it. And I will increase them, and they shall not be diminished. It says, says, and I will make an everlasting covenant with them to be their power, and they shall be my people, and I will no more drive my people of Israel out of the land that I have given them. That's all.
Yeah. You can read that. You can read that thing in Jeremiah.
That's Jeremiah 23:1.
Wait. No, that's not. Just keep going down. Right there. Okay. Start at 5.
It's Jeremiah 23:5. Behold, days come, said Yahweh, that I will raise unto David a righteous branch, and a king shall reign and prosper, and shall execute judgment and justice in the earth. In his days Judah shall be saved, and Israel shall dwell safely. And this is his name, whereby he shall be called the Lord our righteousness.
Which is Yahawashi, which is Yahawashi that is talking about there. And Yahawashi once again, is also a very key part in the Passover. You know, in the Passover in Egypt, that very same death angel that killed all the firstborns is Yahawashi. You know, and Yahawashi played a key part in that. Just as Yahawashi played a key part in Yahweh's Passover, Yahweh was going to play a massive part in Yahweh's Passover, pretty much, because it'll be pretty much Yahweh's Passover. But yeah,
that's when he's coming. And just like what happened that final plague in Egypt, it's going to come in a big way.
It's going to come a bigger way. It'll be more than just firstborn.
It will be something like it will be too much. He's coming to reap everything.
Where bodies are going to be laid out as dung in the streets.
Jeremiah 23:7. Therefore, behold, the days come, said Yahweh, Bahashem Yahushai, that they shall no more say, the Lord liveth, which brought up the children of Israel out of the land of Egypt.
Is it that? You repeat that again real quick?
Therefore, behold, days come, said Jehovah Yahushai, that they shall no more say, the Lord liveth, which brought up the children of Israel out of the land of Egypt. But Jehovah Yahushai liveth, which led the seed of the house of Israel out of the north country.
Out of the North Country, which is here in America, man. This place is called North America. You know, and that's it continues for those simple-minded people. So you're saying that all the children of Israel are here in America? It continues.
And from all countries whither I had driven them, and they shall dwell.
It said that one in main point. It said that one first. Why? Because majority of us are over here in America. In North America. Majority of us are here in North America. You know, and we're scattered abroad these nations. And it says that we shall remember ourselves in the land of our captives, in our captivities.
The thing about it is that North, Central, and South America, right? But the land of the land of the North, which is North America, because this is Babylon the Great, and all nations are in here, especially the more concentrated part of the children of Israel. All the 12 tribes up in here now.
You know what's interesting? Because the scriptures refer to America as the West. The scriptures refer also to the America as the North Country, or that North Land, or the land of the North.
Right, place of drawing water. Wait till the major slavery, hardcore slavery took place.
Yeah.
You know?
No? Yeah.
I'll read it again. Jeremiah 23:8. But the Lord liveth, which brought up and which led the seed of the house of Israel out of the north country, and from all countries whither I had driven them, and they shall dwell in their own land.
And that was it right there. The Passover that's going to happen here is going to be greater than the Passover that happened in Egypt. You know, it's going to be greater. In this place, it's going to be the biggest memorial. And all these nations are going to know the names of Yahweh and his son Yahawashi. All these nations are. You know? And Lord willing that this is the last Passover, man. That may Yahawashi Yahawashi deliver us from this land. That may Yahawashi deliver us from this land and absolutely obliterate and knock the teeth out of these heathens' mouth. Alright? So yeah, we're gonna close up, you know, before nighttime. You know, yeah, I'm not sure what Yahawashi Quran. Take off your hats. No.
Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahusha, Ba'ashem, Kakadash.
Alright? I want to once again give the double honors to Pastor Elders, the Great Millstone. You know, Shalom to you sincere brothers out there who teach your truth with sincerity. May you brothers and you sisters have a blessed Pasach, man. Alright? And yeah, so I'm gonna end it off with the Shemai prayer. You know, Shema Yasharallah, Yahweh Allah Hayanawa, Yahweh Echad. Shalom.